Do you remember? Don't worry, I won't break out into song. But no, seriously, do you remember when Star Wars trailers used to feel like an event? People bought movie tickets for other films like Meet Joe Black back in the 90s to witness the Phantom Menace trailer. I took a sneaky bathroom break at my first job to watch the Force Awakens teaser. The excitement was palpable, a rush of something coveted and meaningful, and now for the first time since the rise of Arsewalker, there's a new theatrical Star Wars movie experience on the horizon, and it looks like a straight-to-DVD feature. Even the title screams B-movie spin-off? The Blandalorian. Sorry, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Is that the best you got?
I'll preface this video by saying it's okay to look at something objectively. Not only that, but respecting opinions, that works both ways. If this trailer has you hyped for Mando's next chapter, power to you. Sincerely, I hope you enjoy it and that perhaps later down the line, I will too. Anything explored in this video in terms of criticism is purely opinionated based on the footage that we currently have. It looks like Disney is heavily promoting the first public teaser across all their Star Wars social media channels. Even old inactive accounts for shows like Kenobi and the Clone Wars have made their first posts in forever by sharing this trailer. Clearly, this movie means a lot to the executives behind the scenes, but my question is, why on earth did you choose this teaser? Previous leaks from conventions have shown off content that's vastly superior, with better cinematography and a hint at story progression. Seriously, if you know where to look, even on YouTube for the moment at least, there are far better teasers that show you the creativity and potential scope of this project. Perhaps the creatives are just saving the best bits for later, but bear in mind the movie is due to release in May 2026, and providing it doesn't get delayed, of course, I would like to think that they would want to make a good impression from the get-go. Even the synopsis we currently have sounds so generic. There's nothing here that, so far at least, makes the leap from television to the big screen seem worthwhile. Quote, "The evil empire has fallen and imperial warlords remain scattered throughout the galaxy," so I'm immediately wondering, is Moff Gideon going to be in this film? I know he's meant to be dead, but nowadays everyone survives in this galaxy. I'd rather Gideon appear than a forced last-minute villain thrown onto the big screen. Actor Jonny Coyne is credited as the Warlord on IMDb, so currently this points to him being the main antagonist. At least he did actually feature in the Mando series, in one of the few memorable Season 3 moments. With rumours circulating that Dave Filoni is directing an adaptation of Heir to the Empire within the Mandoverse as it's known, is this film nothing more than just a stepping stone to see Grand Admiral Thrawn in a potential Heir to the Empire style story? He is back in the known galaxy thanks to the Ahsoka show, so it is possible. And with the ending to Mando Season 3 in mind, the rest of the summary reads, "As the fledgling New Republic works to protect everything the Rebellion fought for, they have enlisted the help of legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin and his young apprentice Grogu." Now to me, that just sounds like the show's third season, which doesn't have the best reputation. Looking at the teaser overall, it's nothing short of a random amalgamation of clips, mostly of Baby Yoda. I'm gonna bet he's gonna talk in this film, get his first word in perhaps at 50-something years old. Yes, he is a behemoth in modern marketing strategies, but I think even the Grogu novelty is worn off at this point. Aside from trying to place him in every shot in the trailer, the footage is made up of non-sequential moments that truthfully look like they've just been plucked out of the TV show. It may be considered harsh and nonsensical judging a movie that is still in post-production on just one teaser, but if this is supposed to entice you, the general audience, and represent what the Mando and Grogu experience will be like, oh dear, seriously, I just hope things will improve as the marketing continues. That being said, it's disappointing to see how the franchise has fallen. Nobody really cares anymore, and it's no secret that this film is an experiment to fill cinema seats after several years of new Star Wars only existing on the small screen. I'm sure the final film will have its strengths, but I feel this trailer has only doubled down on the overall criticism of modern Star Wars projects. And with that, I would genuinely love to hear other people's thoughts on this in the comments. For me, even though yes, it's just a teaser, I'm trying to hold on to that point, it just lacks direction. There's no hint or inclination of a story in favour of member berries. I'd say the most distracting part of this trailer begs the question, Where has all the colour gone? It's the most washed out, dark, and visually dissatisfying piece of content Disney has released in a while. Call it hate on my part if you want, but I point this out in the hopes that it's not too late and maybe the colour grading just hasn't been completed. But the monotonous and flat colours look dull and cheap with no striking or, I guess, memorable moments to speak of. You could show me any screenshot from this trailer and I would say, oh, what episode is that from? There's nothing here that visually elevates this project in order to separate it from the small screen. As expected, there's a huge push on seeing the title characters together once again. They obviously continue being bounty hunters, which is fine. I didn't really expect anything to change in that regard. Sigourney Weaver is playing a new character, Colonel Ward, who supposedly fought in the rebellion. I'm curious how much screen time they'll give her. Hopefully she'll be a memorable presence in the film. Somehow, the Razorcrest returned. Was this needed? No, not at all. What frustrates me about this series is the need to revert every major change to these characters. Sometimes we need to change or let go of things in order to grow and self-improve. We say goodbye to Grogu, we bring him back, IG-11 dies, we rebuild him, the original Razorcrest is blown up, and we suddenly find a new one. Seriously, this show should have ended after Season 2. Zeb from Star Wars Rebels makes a return, who I believe is still going to be voiced by Steve Blum, and I'm sure he will once again be a CGI character who has appeared in live action once before, and genuinely he looked fantastic, one of the better transitions of a character from the cartoons. Grogu seems to be spending a lot of time with the Babu Frick aliens, known for their engineering skills, which may have something to do with the plot. There's a few random inclusions, such as a U-Wing from Rogue One, some ominous droids reminiscent of the ones which are seen in the Force Unleashed video games. Lots of unusual monsters feature. Maybe it's because I replayed Jedi Fallen Order not too long ago, but the battle arena scenes were really the only highlight that caught my interest, and even then the lighting was just god-awful. I really liked seeing the muscular Hutt character, who apparently is going to be Rotta the Hutt. Remember Stinky from the god-awful Clone Wars movie? He's back, in gladiator form. Interestingly, he's meant to be voiced by Jeremy Allen White from the Bear TV series, and when I first read that, I laughed thinking somebody was spreading misinformation. The teaser culminates in an action scene where 3 AT-ATs are walking on a cliff edge and one of them takes a tumble. I'd arguably say it's their own fault, but the setup is just too convenient, leading to what I would say is a mediocre and again colourless action sequence. Countering this, however, in the leaked convention trailer that dropped a few months ago, there was a much better scene that they could have included reflective of this sequence. It was a long take from inside the body of an AT-AT with snowtroopers gearing up, as Mando breaks into the vehicle and seemingly murders them all. Much better in my opinion. I also heard a rumour that Embo, the alien bounty hunter with the hat-shield combo, is going to be a villain in this film. Honestly, not really something I'd be interested in seeing. I'd rather that character stay in the realm of animation than be tarnished by a poor live-action adaptation. I still feel burned after what they did to my main man Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett. If this is true, Embo will have been hired by the Hutts who featured in Book of Boba, who are shown on the movie poster, might I add. What's his mission? To apparently kill Rotta the Hutt. Can we just leave Stinky alone? Anyway, I'm sure I've pissed off enough people with this video, but I just wanted to share some genuine criticism of the trailer, and also see what other people are thinking and feeling with this Mando film so far. Are you excited or dreading the story ahead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. For extra content, you can subscribe to my Patreon, it's always appreciated. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and for more content, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, DVD Review Studios.
Are you threatening me?